In the middle of an infinite void, an elderly man stood still. His frail legs trembled. His shirt clung to his sweat-dampened skin. His eyes were tired. Too tired to keep up with the car that had abandoned him, they now stared only at the cracked ground. He had been left there. No water, no food, no protection. The savannah does not forgive human mistakes. The hot wind swept through the tall grass, producing a dry sound, almost like a collective whisper. Insects swirled in circles. Distant birds cut through the open sky. The heat rose from the ground like steam. The elderly man tried to walk. One step, then another. On the third attempt, his body gave way. His knees hit the hard ground, and then all his weight fell to the side. His breath caught in his throat. Sure, his chest rose and fell with difficulty. His hands reached for support, but only found hot sand. His heart was racing, not just from the exertion, but from something more. An ancient instinct. The feeling of being watched. Among the golden bushes, a shadow moved in absolute silence. An adult lion. Its mane blended into the dry landscape. Muscles rippled beneath its skin. Its amber eyes assessed every detail with cold precision. Every step was calculated. Not a single branch broke. Not a single leaf betrayed its presence. The predator was approaching. The man didn't realize. He tried to stand up again, failing, while his dry mouth begged for moisture that didn't exist. The lion stopped a few meters away. He observed this wasn't prey on the run. There was no chase. There was no reaction. Just a body. Old, tired, resigned to fate. The wind carried the scent of human fear mixed with sweat and dust. Normally, that would be the end. But something strange happened. The lion did not attack. It began to slowly circle the elderly man, keeping its distance, analyzing him from all angles, assessing every minute movement. Its tail swayed slowly. Its ears rotated, capturing every sound of the savannah. The man tried to raise his arm. He failed. His face sank into the hot earth. The lion drew closer. Each step seemed to echo in the heart of the landscape. Vultures began drawing high circles in the sky. Insects landed on the elderly man's exposed skin. Death seemed to be merely waiting for permission. Then, unexpectedly, the lion sat down. Just a few meters from the man. There was no attack. There was no growl. Just a heavy silence and two living beings sharing the same space. If this story has touched you so far, like it now and subscribe to the channel. It helps this type of message reach more people. Because what that lion would do next, nobody could have imagined. The lion remained motionless for long seconds, observing the fallen man as if trying to comprehend that fragile form stretched out on the hot earth. The savannah continued to breathe all around. The dry grass rippled in the wind. Tiny insects scurried between cracks in the ground. In the distance, a herd of antelopes crossed the horizon, indifferent to the silent drama unfolding there. The old man could barely keep his eyes open. His tongue felt heavy, his lips were cracked. Each breath felt like drawing fire into his lungs. His body began to slowly shut down, overwhelmed by the extreme heat and dehydration. The lion stood up. It took 2 steps. It stopped. It tilted its head. And then, defying everything that nature usually shows, it positioned its own body between the man and the sun. The shadow of its long mane covered the old man's face. For the first time in hours, the temperature on his skin dropped a few degrees. Minutes passed. The predator became a shelter. Vultures began to descend in lower circles, drawn by the scent of weakness. The lion slowly raised its head and let out a deep, vibrant roar that pierced the savanna air like thunder. The birds flew away immediately. Further on, hyenas hidden among the bushes retreated. That territory had been marked. The man moved his arm slightly, an almost imperceptible movement. The lion noticed. It cautiously brought its snout closer, sniffing the air around his aged face. There was no threat, there was no reaction, just a living being, fighting to avoid disappearing. The lion lay down beside him, not as a hunter, as a guardian. Its tail swatted away flies. Its eyes remained alert for any approach. Its enormous body served as a barrier against the direct heat and potential opportunist predators. Hours dragged on slowly. The sun began to set, painting the savanna in deep orange and red hues. The temperature gradually dropped, but the elderly man remained motionless, breathing with difficulty. Then, in the distance, a jeep appeared. Forest rangers had been drawn by the roars echoing through the region. As they approached, they slowed down, confused by what they saw. They expected to find remains. They expected to find death. They found something impossible. An adult lion, lying next to an unconscious, elderly man, maintaining a respectful distance, but clearly protecting him. The entire savanna seemed suspended in that instant. As the humans drew closer, the lion slowly stood up. It looked one last time at the man, then turned its body and walked towards the vegetation, disappearing among the trees like a golden spirit. The elderly man was rescued, placed in the vehicle, rushed for treatment. There was still a pulse. There was still life. If this story is affecting you right now, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps stories like this reach more people. But the most important part is still missing. The lesson. The elderly man arrived at the hospital still unconscious, with clear signs of severe dehydration and extreme exhaustion. The doctors acted quickly. For fluids, oxygen, constant monitoring. For hours, his frail body struggled to stay present. But he survived. Days later, after he had woken up, the images began to circulate. A man abandoned in the savanna, a lion beside him, a predator that did not attack, an animal that stayed. The news crossed borders. Experts tried to explain it using technical terms. Territorial instinct, curiosity, unusual behavior. They tried to turn that moment into a statistic. But those who saw the records knew that wasn't just instinct. That was care. While humans had accelerated a car and left an elderly man to die, an animal considered a symbol of strength chose to remain. While people chose to abandon, a lion chose to protect. On that day, the savanna gave the world a silent lesson. The lion offered shade with its own body. It scared away vultures with its roars. It frightened away hyenas. It lay beside the man like a living wall between fragility and danger. It asks for nothing in return. It did not expect a reward. It just stayed. The old man returned home weeks later. He would forever carry the memory of that unlikely guardian, of that moment when his life was sustained not by human hands, but by steady paws and watchful eyes. And the lion, he continued his way across the savanna. He continued hunting, walking among the acacia trees, roaring under the African moons. But he left something much bigger behind. He left an invisible mark on thousands of hearts, because love is not exclusive to our species. Empathy is not exclusive to humans. Respecting animals is respecting life itself. This story is not about a lion, it's about choices. about staying when it's easier to leave, about protecting when it would be simpler to ignore, about understanding that all life matters. If this story touched you, like it now and subscribe to the channel. It helps messages like this to go further. And write in the comments, I choose to care. May this lion remind us every day. Sometimes you need to look at the animals to relearn what it means to be human.